It is sword fought. How is that gambling? Han! 5-6 Han! Phew, that was a close one. Yes, it was. Well played, Kotaro. Now then, I'm afraid I must be going. Thank you for the game. Okay. Thank goodness you managed to win. All it took was you distracting her with a sword fight. Oh, I'm sorry. I was just wondering why Lady Danzo had left so suddenly after our game. I can only imagine she was working there because she wanted money. But we should know we don't require money to get by, so I don't understand what she would need it for. Master, Lord Kotaro! Huh? Phew, I almost lost you. Could I ask you to spare a little time? What is it, Lady Danzo? Did our victory get you in trouble with the casino? No, I already quit my job there. Now that I have all the money I need. What'd you need it for? Oh, well, you've both been so kind to me since I came to Chaldea, so I wanted to give you a present as a token of my appreciation. So I was working a short-term, part-time job to save up the money for the gifts I had in mind. Now, I see. Here, Master, this one's for you. And this one's for you, Lord Kotaro. That's a new summer outfit. Yes, exactly. I overheard that you had put your new outfit away, even though it suited you so well. So I thought that knowing the 5th head of the Fuma clan, you must have been declining to wear it so as not to embarrass your master. I'm sure you thought that if you were going to stand by her side, you would need to look your very best, and you felt you couldn't do that with your outfit showing wear and tear. I hope I'm not being presumptuous. No, not at all. I was just thinking that you didn't have to do all this for me, that's all. Oh, you have to hold back on my behalf. Now I see. So that's what this is about. But, well, I'm sure there will only be more things you need in the future, so... Master, if it please you, would it be alright to have Lord Kotaro change into it now? Alright, if that's what you want, Master. Pardon me, then. I'll be right back. Then she kills me while you're gone. Thank you, Master. Lord Kotaro has always been, well... Let's say he can be too humble for his own good at times. That's for sure. That may be how an educant should conduct himself, but I can't help but find it lonesome. I think he has every right to express his desires more openly, like most children. Though, of course, I know he has grown up into a fine young man. Perhaps my tendency to treat him like a child at times is a sign that there is something defective with me. Nah, I'd say you're working perfectly. Maternal instincts never go away. Thank you, Master. Even if it's only for the moment. I hope he can forget about the pressures that come with being the head of the Fuma clan. And just enjoy his summer vacation. Alright, Master, as you requested, I'll continue to wear this outfit for a while. Great, now let's go seize the summer. As the 5th head of the Fuma clan, I, Fuma Kotaro, vow to truly put my heart and soul into employing this summer vacation. Oh, enjoying. Right. Wow, Lady Danzo has a lot of gifts. Royal amusement. Okay. Shall I dance for you, my king? Well now, if it isn't Terra Arata. Oh, hello, Ryder. I mean Iskandar, King of Conquerors. I didn't know you were here, too. Well, I'd like to suggest a contest of luck now that we've happened to run into each other here. I'm afraid I have nothing left to bet, since I just got taken for everything I had. You mean you lost at gambling? Oh yeah, big time. They utterly wiped the floor with me. You're in good spirits for someone who just got their ass kicked. That's because I got to enjoy plenty of time on the razor's edge between success and defeat. That sort of thrill is well worth the money I lost to experience it. But you can't win them all, especially when it comes to gambling. And for leisure pursuits like this, the worst thing one stands to lose is money. My usual inhibitions tend to go right out the window. You really love entertainment, don't you? Perhaps, but I'll admit I chose to stay in the game longer than I should have. Though part of that is because my opponent did an excellent job of stringing me along. They turned out to be a real beast. I guess today just wasn't my day. Was there really that good a player here at this casino? Sure was. In fact, they should still be killing it at the table. King Shi Huang? Oh wow, I can barely even see him behind that mountain of chips. Raise! Oh ho, you must have quite the hand. Forget it, we fold. But they just lost the round. Judging by their opponent's moves, I'm guessing the other guy was bluffing. And King Shi Huang didn't notice? Of course they did. They knew their opponent was gunning for them, so they decided to play along. Take a look. Now the other two players have started raising the stakes. In situations like this, King Shi Huang always... raise. Call. I'll raise too. Call. Call! And the river card. Check. 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 So this is where we lay our cards on the table? Very well, let's see. It seems we have a pair and three of a kind. If we are not mistaken, this is what is called a full house, no? Whoa, really? Yeah, it's called sharking. I don't understand. If they're so good, why would they keep calling instead of raising? To get the other players to lower their guard, they always make sure never to be caught in the crossfire. If they find themselves becoming the center of attention, they'll keep flitting away until they can swoop in and reap the spoils of others' hard-fought battles. It may get results, but it's quite a sneaky, underhanded way to play if you ask me. That kind of tactic isn't your style, huh? I might not have much of a leg to stand on after losing so terribly, but I felt like I was playing a wall more than a person. Still, I have to wonder if they actually enjoy winning with tactics like that. Oh, Terrata, we did not know you were here too. This should be a perfect opportunity to show you what we are capable of when it comes to contests of diplomacy. I'm still impressed by what a good poker player you turned out to be, King Shi Huang. I never would have guessed it. Well, there was a time when numerous warlords competed for power even in our Lost Belt. We must have spent hundreds of years practicing diplomatic negotiations without taking military measures. The only real difference with poker is that we merely need to read our opponent's expressions as opposed to the state of their nations. If we had known we could forego sending ambassadors and conducting ceremonies in favor of having all the nations as the states come together to try to obtain their fellow nations' coffers by pitting their wits against one another in this manner, we could have put an end to the war long ago. Viva the Las Vegas Casino, it's truly a wonderful system of diplomacy. I think you have the wrong idea. And with all these heads of state competing for finances like this, we are bound to win thanks to our centuries of experience. Perhaps we should take this opportunity to rebuild our empire once we have bankrupted their nations. I don't think any of the people playing here are heads of any nations. Of course, this is Las Vegas. I expect you could find one or two members of royalty somewhere if you looked hard enough, including yourself. What did you say? Why does King Shi Huang look so upset all of a sudden? I think we said something to set him off. Hold it. Hold everything. Are you telling us these are not statesmen? They are actually just ordinary people? That these people trading vast sums of money while going about dressed in ostentatious clothing are citizens? They sure are. They're all regular people dreaming of that one chip that'll turn their lives around. Whatever their normal lives are like tonight, they can all act like kings. That's the beauty of gambling. Inconceivable. We will admit, we did find it odd that these members of royalty seem so lacking in regality. But since no ordinary person could hope to compare to Zinrin like ourselves, we thought nothing more of it. We did also think it odd that these fellow rulers were wagering such small amounts. But if those funds came from their personal property rather than their nation's coffers, that only makes this all the more inconceivable. The amount of money these citizens lost in a single round would surely be enough to change the course of their lives. Ah, now I get it. You never realized this was all for amusement. No wonder you kept playing it so damn safe. Of course we did. How many mouths could the money of one tonight fed? How many newborns could it have raised into adulthood? And you tell us that ordinary citizens are competing for such life-changing sums of money for pleasure? Have these casinos blinded these normal people by dressing them up and treating them as royalty in order to drive them to bankruptcy? Well, I mean, it's wonderful that you're so concerned about their livelihoods, but it has been a long time indeed since we were this furious. And that does it. We must use this anger to demonstrate what happens when the Heavenly Emperor is crossed. We must fight to utterly destroy this state of affairs with all our might. Ah, what the hell are those things? Go, our soldiers. Raise all of Las Vegas to the ground. Wait, what about all the other customers here? Looks like they won't listen to reason unless we knock some sense into them. And knock some reason into them. Well, we'll use a Skandar because he's here. He's here, he's there, he's everywhere. Who you gonna call the King of Conquerors? That's really something you could use for Blackbeard. He's here, he's there, he's everywhere. Who you gonna call? Edward Teach. Moving power Edward. Alright. Power everyone up here. Make it so that it's a little easier to get our number phantasms. There we go. Ignore defense up. I don't like that buff. I don't like that you can ignore defense up because a really big part of lower level strategies, like people who don't have Merlin and shit, is mash. They use mash a shit ton, and having this kind of a character that ignores defense up just kind of nullifies mash's entire shit. You then need to play with like a shit ton of invincibility, or you can at least lowers all of the enemy attacks. So you'd have to like rock Kotaro and Robin Hood, along with what's his face, the Berserker with the axe. With sabotage, you have to use a bunch of sabotagers. Kill them all? Oh, wow. That worked out way better than I expected. I feel like he just threw a balloon and Hydra Giant at us. Are we fighting Lord Elmalloy? Like, Archibald? What? Scripts should be burned? Okay, dude. Are you like the leader of the fucking nation in Fahrenheit 451? Jeez. Oh wow. Fuck both of you. Let's just let her kill him. She's got way more than enough firepower to do it herself. I like that I set up like, yeah, I'm gonna unleash Noble Phantasms this turn, and then I look down at my cards available, and like, wow, this John Alter could just kill her by himself. By herself. Kill her by himself, kill him by herself. I understand how you feel very well, and you have every right to be angry. Please, you need to calm down. Besides, you don't need to destroy anything. This will all go away once we get rid of the singularity. What was that? This is a singularity? Hahaha. Why did you not say so sooner, you silly girl? We got all worked up for nothing. You really had no idea. Most servants figure it out when they race shift. Huh. Compared to our perfect eternal empire, proper human history is utterly riddled with oddities. We can hardly be expected to tell what passes for normal here from what is strange. Nonetheless, it's reassuring to know that this den of wickedness will be wiped clean off the map. We take it you already know what must be done to repair this singularity? Yes, it's kind of a long story, but we already did it. So why am I only just now getting this quest? Sword beauties, eh? We see, this is all quite confusing, but we do understand that we are better off keeping our hands clean of them. Very well, then we will return to Chaldea and leave you to it. Good luck. And here I thought they might actually want to help. Silly me. It is a grand and glorious task restoring all of humanity, though it must be rather difficult for you to always be the one cleaning up other strange messes. Should you ever tire of it, feel free to let us know, and we will gladly take the opportunity to begin rebuilding our eternal empire in earnest. I'm glad that's over with. I have to ask though, why didn't you tell them there are casinos in proper human history as well? I think we better save that discussion for another time. I agree, we can tell King Shui Huang the truth about casinos once we finish taking care of the singularity. Recollection, Antiques Puppy Show. It's so noisy in here. This place is like a melting pot of human desires just waiting to spill over. I was told the Singularity was home to all manner of new entertainments, but even I failed to imagine the sheer extent of this spectacle. Human desires are limitless. New forms of decadence and madness that people in the past could never conceive of crop up whenever the world changes. I've seen plenty of people turn feral from fear and hunger during times of war, and now even amidst these glaring lights and overflowing buffets, these people are exposing their shamelessness for all to see. I'm sorry, I brought you here in hope of showing you something new, but all I did was end up showing you more of the same noise that was always troubled you. Not at all. Sorry, I had to sneeze. Not at all, Lord Xiang Yu. As long as I am with you, I can find happiness wherever we go. Hey, how does the roulette wheel just happen to land on black 5 times in a row? You sure this game isn't rigged? What's all the commotion over here? Oh, hello, Master. Are you exploring this city of madness as well? Something like that. Technically, I'm on a mission. My beloved there was just blowing off some steam, as they say these days. It's been a delight to see her enjoying herself. She's as happy and bubbly as a little girl. I lost again? Ah, damn it. Alright, I'm putting it all in the next round. This will turn it all around. I don't know if bubbly is the word I would use. Are you sure? It seems like things are going... Doesn't seem like things are going well. She's about to bubble over. My beloved tends to restrain herself far more than is necessary. I expect that as a natural result of being forced to live among mortals for so very long. Her true nature is one who embraces freedom, fitting throughout this world as the wind sweeps through the Jesus Christ plains. Alright, I'm going big on the third dozen. That's gotta cover all my bases. Actually, the hell with it. I'm throwing the rest of my chips in too. You'd love Bloodstone. You better not screw me on this if you know what's good for you, dealer. Got it? Aren't you gonna help her? No, my ability to calculate the future would be cheating. Incidentally, the next number will be red 7. Yeah! Well, now she's flat broke. That's awful. She'd only talk to you beforehand, then. It's alright. What my beloved seeks here is pleasure, not profit. She knows that if she were to seek my counsel, that would all collapse like a house of these playing cards. Damn it. Alright, here. Now hand over more chips. She's still gonna keep playing? That's the thickest stack of bills I've seen in my life. Also, don't we bet with QP here? Ah, she's beautiful even if she's flushed with passion. At last, my beloved is forgetting all about the fatigue she accumulated over her endless aeons. She reminds me of an innocent young girl setting foot in the wider world for the first time. That's great, and I'm happy for both of you. Where'd you get all that money? Terrorati, do you have a minute? I could really use a hand over here. What, are you the dealer? King David is leading an impromptu auction of the ballroom as we speak, and I think it may need to be stopped. Why? What's David up to now? It would be faster if you took a look for yourselves. I'll explain further after that. Yeah, he's trying to make more money so he can bet some more. Our next item is the price of Celadon porcelain from China's Jiangxi region. As you can see, this artifact from Tang Dynasty has been preserved in perfect condition. Cash bids only, please. Person from Jiangxi, huh? It could be something out of Jingze... Okay. Jingdezhen. Though its design seems a bit crude for that. Don't be ridiculous. Jingdezhen, originating in the Song Dynasty. There's no way this dates back to the Tang. Then again, given everything else that's been sold at this auction, it could be another rare find. Maybe it was even glazed in a kiln that predates Jingdezhen entirely. Oh, come on. That would change Chinese history as we know it. There's no way something that earth-shattering would be sold in a shady underground auction like... Actually, now that I think about it, this is probably the only kind of auction where it would be sold, isn't it? I mean, I couldn't imagine something like that being sold openly. If it really is genuine, the fact that it's purchasable at all would be a small miracle. Do we make a bid on the off chance it's real or not? Man, this is a bigger gamble than anything in the casinos. Yes, this is far beyond what I would have expected in an auction like this to be selling. Right? Academically speaking, this is utterly outrageous. It would be a tragedy if these historical outfits were to be lost without any record of their existence. I've been asking King David to shut it down, but... Why should I do that? Everything I'm selling here was just wasting away in my client's basement. What's wrong with giving the public an opportunity to see them? In fact, I go so far as to say I deserve a planetary peace prize for this contribution to society. How's holding an impromptu auction at a hotel giving the public an opportunity to see them? If these items really are that valuable, then they need to be sold at a proper auction to be verified buyers. Yeah, even if I agree with that, my client insists that all transactions be made in cash. There's not much I can do. Besides, what kind of King Invisible would I be if I gave up my 25% commission? Those margins are insane! Who in the world thought hiring him was a good idea? Listen to me, not only is selling priceless artifacts like this an affront to the entire field of archaeology, they could cause an untold disaster if they were to end up in the wrong hands. Just imagine if some unscrupulous actor made counterfeits out of an undiscovered artifact. No one would be able to determine which was the genuine article any longer. It would be infinitely preferable for them to remain buried than for it to come to that. Yes, well, I'd certainly be a bit more wary of that sort of thing if the relics came from the Middle East. But see how all these are made from China? I prefer if an expert in Chinese affairs handled that sort of thing. Why am I not surprised King David would say something like that? As you can see, Terrorite, he refuses to listen to me. Would you please say something to him, too? Oh, are you going to join the discussion, too, Terrorite? Do you have an argument that can overturn the validity of my position? Of course, if you're here to talk business, I would gladly opt for that over pointless arguing. Honestly, I've given some thought to the dangerous elements I mentioned myself, and I prefer to avoid them if I can. If you could take all these relics off my hands here and now, I would be more than happy to oblige. Let's see, in that case, I could lower my margins to only 3%, so... Whew, yes, I'd be willing to let all of them go for just 1 billion QP. That's a bargain coming from you, but nope, nah, my QP counter doesn't go that high. Wait, does that mean when I farm QP, even if I'm maxed out, I literally can't get QP? I'm not paying you to stand around yammering, King Rizzo. How's my fundraising coming along? Oh, it's her. Okay. Everything's going swimmingly, of course. Here you go, the proceeds of the last round of bidding. It all comes full circle. You may rinse, so you're David's client? What's all this fuss about? Is it a big deal for me to sell an old teapot just to make some spare cash? Does this mean these are all your possessions up for the auction, you may rin? That's right. They're furnishings I left at the hideouts I moved around between a long time ago. Junk, basically. I still remember where those hideouts were, so I stopped by now and then to collect things that haven't fallen apart, since merchants always offer ridiculous amounts of money for them. I swear I'll never understand what you humans see in this junk. How can you not see that this junk has incredible historical value? I can understand a secret treasure from the Sage World, but I can't for the life of me understand why you get so worked up over a piece of trash just because it happens to be 1,000 years old. Those thousands of years may mean nothing to you, but they carry a great deal of the weight for humanity. Even if you can't understand it, I hope you could at least treat them with a modicum of respect they deserve. Don't you lecture me. Besides, unless you're offering to pay off my debts for me, how else am I going to get money for my casino war chest? That's why you're willing to sell the oldest known Celadon porcelain artifacts in recorded history on the black market? You're a goddamn idiot. I foresaw that my beloved would end up in a dire predicament. I don't know why it came to this, but now that it has, we will do whatever we must to win. Senpai, I don't think we'll be able to talk them into seeing reason. Then we'll just have to make them see it another way. Knock it into them. Okay. Well, I don't have a Lancer to play with. Or a Caster. So, yeah, it's still this team. Here's your earn. Oh boy. Well, let's get some defenses up and running. Does that turn? That's a full turn. Okay. Whew.